So I made it from Chicago to Kentucky in 2 hours and 20 minutes at about, well, that bike topped out at about 197, but I averaged about 185 the whole way. I stopped for a couple cigarettes and gas, back when I used to smoke cigarettes. But the most time was taken at a White Castle. It took like 20 minutes to get my fucking 4 sliders. I was very upset over that. So this was like July 5th, 2007. I wake up in the morning and, I was just so upset over my girlfriend being a complete pain in the ass. For the first couple years of that relationship, she accused me of cheating, which I didn't. But I deleted like 5,000 phone numbers for one girl. It was stupid. But anyway, I didn't care if I lived, and which I still don't most of the time. But I jumped on my bike, which I love dancing, and to me, dancing in traffic at 200 miles an hour is like my favorite thing to do, unless it's a beautiful girl dancing on my face. Fine arts of face dance. But I woke up and I lapped the city, which I would do about every morning at about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock before work. I would lap Chicago at about 200 miles an hour from Tui to 94 down to 55th, or to Roosevelt, up Lakeshore Drive, Sheridan, back to Tui. That was my morning lap, which I would do in minutes, mind you, even through traffic. But when you averaged, 150 to 185 everywhere you went, because they say, oh, at 135, if you crash on a bike without proper gear, you're dead. So our theory was, if we ride over 150 miles an hour everywhere we go, we die quick. We don't suffer. But on the way back from Kentucky on that trip, I got clocked at maybe 137, and this would be in... I'm from Frankfort, Kentucky originally, so that would be Frankfort, Indiana, about that area. Boone County and Clinton County were the ones that charged me out of the 5 counties that I took. 27 or 28 units, about 35 officers at about 200 miles an hour through 5 counties, about 100 miles. Hour in helicopter. Front page of the paper. One of many times. But anyway, at that time, when I got arrested, my girl came and bonded me out, which is her fault I was in there, but my fault, but her fault. But I wrote a patent for a radar detector and a motorcycle helmet, which people around the world use stuff that I wrote the patent for right now for the radio controls that would be from Bluetooth to handlebar, and which were all in my patents very clearly, which I know that I could get paid for if I wanted to fight that stuff, which I sit here broke and suffer for humanity and could use any dollar I could get, but I don't care about money. I'm just happy that people are using my inventions around the world, which there's more than a couple. But yeah. So, dancing in traffic. That was on a 600. That was my slow bike. But one of the officers, one of the troopers, said that top speed that he got me was 197. But Gixxer 750, I got clocked at 227. I clocked in a Mustang at like 165, 168. Dancing. Rogue One? Yes.